Good evening. Hello, everyone. Hi, Steph. I don't know why I went with that voice first. I'm sorry. Hello. It's like Mrs.
Like Miss
Doubtfire or something.
Doubtfire.
Exactly. Hello, darlings. Hope you guys are well. It's been too long since we've had one of these live shows. How are you, Steph?
I am doing pretty good. That definitely cracked me up. It threw me for a loop. I
Yeah,
did not
threw me
expect
too. I
that.
didn't see that coming. um, Now, folks, I often get comments at the end of the show that Steph and my audio levels weren't balanced. So we went through and did a test before this. I think I've got it pretty right, but please let me know if she or I is louder than the other, and I'll try to correct it. Nice to see Sean, Colin, and Riche in the room, although Riche has just pulled back his message, so I don't know what it was, something very mysterious. We have, I think, a really fun show for you guys. So first of all, thank you to everyone who entered their favorite or best shot of 2025. There's some crackers in the show that we're going to go through today. Normally, I'm kind of a stickler for asking you to rename the files, making sure they were taken in the right time period and they're the right dimensions and all that stuff. But this time, I'm just letting them in because it's your favorite shot of the year. You submitted it to be seen and to get feedback, so we want to give you that feedback. But if we're choosing something out as a prize winner, then I will actually check that it was taken in 2025 and follow the submission rules, so it's still fair in that sense. We'll just give the room a little time to populate, so if you guys have any questions, then please fire away. Steph and I are here to mess around and answer whatever questions you have. Mostly the
Hello.
messing around. I
This is what happens when
believe
we don't talk to each other like as often anymore. That when we do get together, it's just kind of all over the
you
place.
guys
Okay,
have to join in
professional.
on the overdue catch up. Now, if for those of you who are following Steph or I individually, Steph's team, Art School Dropouts, I hope you know they have a
Woo-hoo.
YouTube channel all about martial arts and whatnot. They also have a Patreon. It was Steph that encouraged me to start my Patreon. And they now have, if you sign up for a year, a quarter, what do you call it, a quarterly merch drop something where
Yeah,
you get special
quarterly
gifts
merch
every three
drop.
months.
Yeah, so
Pretty
what's really
sweet.
cool is I'm it's funny when Matt started the Patreon. Well, before he started, he was just like, "Hey, I was thinking about doing Patreon. I forget who told me about it." I was like, "It was me. I told you about
10
it."
times over the past 3 years.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, because you would do well on Patreon. People want to see behind this. What? But yeah. So I have a Patreon as well for my filmmaking, and we do like quarterly merch drops at a certain tier. So I get really excited because we give away like stickers, mugs, because why not? Shirts, hoodies.
Why not? Everyone
Um,
loves mugs.
Everybody loves merch. Yeah, and we have tons of behind the scenes. We have like the one behind the scenes perk that I really push out and I tell people about is the 360 behind the scenes live streams. So we do live streams behind the scenes on set, and it's with a 360 cam, so it makes you feel like you're on set with us.
So does that, who hosts it? Does that go through YouTube?
Mhm.
Okay, sweet. Okay, well, kind of, so check her Patreon out. There's a link in the description. Kind of, after hyping up all the merch, I feel kind of shy to mention my Patreon because we don't have no merch. But
Yeah, but
what
you
we do
have
have,
tons of behind the scenes.
yeah, we do. And at the moment, if you want to go and join an annual plan, any of them, they're 30% off until New Year. So based off what the monthly price would be, you save 30%. I'm doing that because in the new year, we're going to be increasing prices across all the tiers a little bit. So if you're already a member, then your price won't change anyway. As long as you stay subscribed, you'll be locked in at the price that you subscribed at. But for new subscribers, the price per month will be higher. But if you get it for the whole year now, you get it based off today's price, then minus 30%. So pretty sweet. I'll talk to you all about the new course that I have coming up a bit later, but it looks like we have a few more people in the room now, so we might just go start in. Hi, Flyfish, Darren, third-rate reviewer, and Riche from New York. Hi. Would love to hear your thoughts on the images as we go through, so please do submit it. These people who have submitted their shots, I'm sure, want feedback from just Steph, me, and Mrs. Doubtfire. So let's jump in and take a look. Now, you'll see up on the top left, that's the file name. So unfortunately, I can't shout out who took this one because they didn't include it. And they also didn't include the metadata, which shows when the photo was taken. So this isn't actually in the running as a prize winner, unfortunately. But as an Aurora, I'd say, look, I've been there. It's really easy to get super excited when you see the Aurora and just go for it. But the difference between a nice Aurora shot and an unbelievable one is actually lots of planning and then a good edit. So when I'm in Iceland or somewhere and I see a scene, I believe that there's a good chance of an Aurora that night, before sunset or before the Aurora time, I'll go out and kind of scout what could be a good foreground ahead of time so that I'm like, okay, just up the road from the hotel we're staying at, there's a church. If the Aurora was around there, then that would be a cool foreground for the shot. So this one, I think it's a nice enough Aurora, but more of an edit to bring out the colors would help. A denoise for the high ISO would help. And then something in the foreground, the snow with, the colored light coming in there. It's not the most inspiring. And then I don't have any of the metadata, but I'm guessing this was at quite a high ISO. You have the choice either to go low ISO and then have some movement in the Aurora, or high ISO and then have it grainy. So you got to make a trade-off, but in this case, I would run a denoise. Have you seen the Aurora, Steph?
No, not in person, just through photos, videos. I would like to see it one day.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I've seen the Aurora, like in 7 different photos. Of course I've seen the Aurora.
Yeah, only in photos.
So maybe we do it 1, 1, 1, 1. We'll just switch back and forward like that. But this is another one that has no name in the file and no metadata, unfortunately, but rock band, I guess.
I mean, I think that this is a great shot. Oftentimes I find like when you're trying to capture live performances, it's very hard because there's so many factors and variables that affect the shot. There's people in the foreground, things in the background, lighting that you don't have control over. I don't like this seems like it's a live performance, and I think it's a great shot. The only thing is just the framing, just cutting off the hair up top a little bit. But besides that, I think it's a great shot if it's a live performance, because I find that those are very hard to capture.
Agreed. Great feedback. Here we go with Adol. I'm going to mess this up. Esquibel. Let's let Mrs. Doubtfire handle all of the ones we're unsure of. The Golden Gate Bridge looks like you went at just the right time of day, getting that beautiful light through the sky where you've got the moon or the sun setting, but then you've still got some color in the sky. This isn't something I've shot. I guess it's quite low light. Yeah, so it's at ISO 6400. That's, again, not exactly where you want to be. That might be the only thing I'd suggest, that if you, from memory, when he submitted this photo, he said it took him hours to walk to this spot. So that could be why. But if you'd had a tripod with you, I would have gone for a longer exposure at a lower ISO to get a cleaner file. But a really nice shot. Again, it looks real and natural and kind of straight out of camera. The most spectacular, like, oh my God, I can't believe those sunsets exist type photos tend to have had some editing done to them, because there's a big dynamic range required to get that amazing sky popping. But nicely done and worth the walk. Oh, now Alan Engelbright, you put your metadata, but from memory, what I saw on this one, it was actually taken in 2024. But still, I guess this is a little Lego thingy.
Okay.
And if we zoom in, so what's that? Indiana Jones about to do
It
what the
looks
British
like it.
do and rob a crypt or something?
Oh my gosh. Um, oh yeah, I would say pick. I think that this
Oh,
is super
nice.
creative, and as a filmmaker, I appreciate this. Like this is I like it. I know it's like very single color, but I really like this a lot actually.
To me, that kind of works with the cinema thing too, because this kind of
Mhm.
scene is often lit by just like the one bulb of the security light or whatever in the scene. And is it just
Mhm.
me, or does the bust that or the treasure that's about to be stolen look like Snoop Dogg's profile? Hold up.
Wait.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably just the
Kind
cornrows,
of.
but kind of cool. So it is a
Like there
pick.
was
Great
set
shot.
design put into this. It's so good.
Right. Alan, unfortunately, because we said the best shot of 2025, I don't think we can give it a prize, but still, we'll pick all the ones that are our favorites.
Mhm.
Here we go, Andrew. Now let me get my histogram up here. These kind of fabric flowy shots are quite challenging. And you end up taking so many shots and having to then go back through them, and shooting in a studio has some real advantages, but it also comes with the challenge of we don't know how wide the space was that as big as your frame could go, because it would certainly be great to have the rest of the fabric there. Now this is actually something we need to, as a community, have a discussion about. Are we allowing for these competitions, maybe I should specify from now on, the use of generative AI or that kind of thing? I mean, we
Mm.
often use spot removal and that kind of thing, or skin retouching uses some forms of AI. So a lot of us are doing it anyway. If you're shooting with any modern camera, often there's some predictive things going on in the algorithms again anyway. But for me, if this were my shot and I were looking to use it, and this was the best shot, this is the only shot I have, I probably would widen the frame by, I don't know, 10% on each side, and then try to
Mhm.
use generative AI to capture the rest of the fabric. Two other things that I would do on this one would be take a slightly lower vantage point. I feel like you're at standing height, and it kind of makes her look not as tall and powerful a figure as she could be in this frame. And then I think the exposure could come up a little bit as well, maybe just a third or a half a stop. So that gets our whites close to white. Now I wanted to pick out a shot here to demonstrate something, so I might do it with this one because it's a people shot. Where are we? Edit in Reblum. Now I work with Reblum, I've been using them for ages. Nothing wrong with your shot per se, Andrew, or your model, gorgeous. I just wanted to show Reblum. I use it for retouching my portraits now, and they have a big holiday sale on right now. There's a discount below, and it's one of the software where you buy it once and then keep it forever. So they've got natural or fashion here on the right, and then you can basically adjust how intense you want the edit to be. So for natural, if we turn it all the way down, that's where we're starting. If we turn the texture and the general up, and then use this little eyeball down the bottom, you'll see that's the before, that's the after. Doesn't grab her cute little freckle mole Madonna thing going on. And if you go to fashion, it just really gives kind of a really smoothed out look, but you can see the difference there. It also has a de-aging, not that this lady looks aging, but this has taken 5 years off her already very youthful look. So, and it does it that quickly. So I will often, in say like my new course, go through, do curves or something basic like that on an image, and then export the 1,000 shots we took of, say, Steph and Nevada in their course, and then just run it through Reblum on a low setting to just get, maybe somebody had some small pimples or this or that on the day, and it just runs in the background and goes through all of them in a really fast time. So I find that really, really helpful. But yeah, main thing on this one, I would say going for a bit higher exposure and a lower vantage point would be good. So That's our before and after finally, although they're jumping for some reason. Nice shot, Andrew. Now, Steph, you already picked the Lego. Check this out.
Oh my gosh. Pick.
So let me give you guys the background. To be fair to everyone else, Bram sent a longer behind the scenes shot, and I didn't include that because no one else gets that, so it didn't really seem fair. The image should stand on its own. But so appreciate the image. Take a look at how it looks now. How this was actually taken, it's again a diorama. So he built the set, the trees, the grass, all of that stuff. Then it's his son's toy car that has working headlights and a toy griffin or something in the foreground. And then all of that sitting in front of a TV that's showing a picture of a forest.
Okay, that's what I was wondering if because the background, I was like, the things that's in focus, I was like, I think that's
How's
real.
the falling away,
But I was
yeah.
like, is it a projector? Is it like a print? Okay, TV.
So
I like
that
that.
could be one of the coolest things from my position in this community, seeing you guys develop. It might seem like, oh, we get all these comments, we even keep track, because often when people write to me, they say, you might not remember, but ... we met or we interacted or whatever. But I do, and I've been seeing Bram's name, and I've met him in a couple of different countries, and I saw when he started doing dioramas, and each one he enters just keeps getting better and better. And this one has sent him on a whole new side quest that he was saying something like he posted it in a forum for people who do this kind of work, and someone said, so cool image, it's so storytelling, so what happened after this? So now he's actually making a whole graphic novel doing diorama shots. So instead of drawing cartoons, he's taking these shots to tell the full story that this is one of the frames. So pretty cool.
That is so
huh?
cool. That is so
Someone's
cool.
saying, is it a macro? I don't think so. The set was like this big in front of a TV. So I think it wouldn't be macro. I don't think that little griffin was smaller than a camera sensor. I think it's probably like a quarter or an eighth macro, something like that.
My question is like the video or what he's playing on the TV. Is that a still or is it a video? And did he make it himself?
So I don't know if he
You
made
know?
it himself.
So,
My guess is
that's all.
that it's a single shot. That's
Okay.
like maybe he found it from a TV show, or maybe just had a picture of a foggy forest and then just ran it to the TV.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool. So was that your image, right? Just that
Yep.
you just said
Just-
pick, and
just
then I
pick.
went on a rant. Okay, so my shot. Chris, thank you for entering, and also thank you for sending me a few reminders on social media that I need to get the word out about the competition so that everyone gets a chance to be in it. So thank you for your support. Great to see you're right up at 1/2000th of a second, so we're not going to have any motion blur, especially with that forearm to the face right here. We've got the ball. We don't have any fingers or toes or anything like that cut off, so technically quite good. The person on the frame in the back left is a little distracting. Maybe if we had them fully in, because I think it works having them there watching the action. It's also her teammate watching her get punched in the kisser, so adds a bit of drama to the shot. It's not super sharp if you're going to print it. One thing you might consider doing, if we're allowing a little bit of editing work to be done on these, including a bit of trickery, I would choose our people, create the mask on both of them, and then just increasing exposure on people. It looks really weird if we just do this, like to me that looks really stupid. But instead, if you I just undid the whole mask, there we go, set that back to 0. If instead you bring up your highlights, and see that's getting up to about as bright, but then bring your shadows back down to be where they kind of should be, the highlights helps them pop, but it just makes it look like they're in kind of contrastier light than they really were, but it doesn't make it look fake to me. Then if you wanted to bring up and make it look a little bit sharper, I find a combination of texture and clarity works better. You can also just do ye olde sharpening. So then that kind of brings them up and brings some nice detail in on them. Then I might just bring the shot a little crop in on the bottom. But nice one, Chris, and likewise, I've seen you and your sports shots on the channel for years now, and great to see you improving them as well. Stephanie, oh wait, let me get back to the library. Oh, that's the wrong button. Matthew, fat fingers. Here we go.
Are we good?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Darren
This
Melrose.
pretty
Now,
trippy.
did I see Darren in the room? Did I see
think
Mr. Darren in the room? Yes, we did.
This
Thank you for sending this in. Sorry to speak over you, Steph. Go for it.
It's okay, but this one is pretty trippy to look at, which makes it very interesting. I would say that if you're trying to go for like the portrait for almost social media, then it works. I kind of want to see the rest of her arm. And I mean, you could probably crop down from the top a little bit. And I mean, I don't know how this mirror is kind of sitting here. It would be nice to have the full effect rather than just like her one finger reflected,
Gotcha.
if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But besides that, I think
it's
it's very trippy.
It's
on
a
a TV?
TV, I think, yeah. So she's kind of
Oh.
partly behind it. I get what you're saying, but there's two
Interesting.
things that I want to give him props on. The jagged shape, it really comes across feeling like a kimono or a traditional outfit. And then the way it's been framed, it's really dramatic and not, it's kind of Barbie doll body dysmorphia, but it does create a really interesting waistline that kind of reminds me of the Bjork album cover where she's done up as this like over the top traditional costume. With the finger thing, I agree. I hadn't actually noticed that, so good call from Steph. But I think just to help with the symmetry, if you at least brought the left side in so that we're getting about the same, so we can't quite get it to have a bit of the bottom of the sleeve and not have it on her arm, but that would still, I feel, make it balance out a bit. And because it does kind of have that funhouse mirror thing, you could increase the exposure slightly on the TV side to have the exposure match out as well. But yeah, I agree. If it's going to be symmetrical, then try and get it as close as possible, or don't go for it, because if it's like 75% of the way there, it kind of just doesn't quite vibe. But I really like the idea.
Yeah. Also, very creative to use a TV screen. That is awesome. That is, yeah. I like it. Yay! Claps all around.
Now let's hide that little cheeky fella. And then next up, David Colt. This looks like a par 5.
Yes.
Do I sound sporty? Okay, so beautiful day to be out having a stroll, beautiful place to be out having a stroll. Who was it that said golf is a good walk ruined? That's kind of my take on the sport. But I just don't really know what the subject is here. I feel like if it's just the beautiful course, then we don't need this part on the right side of the frame, probably limiting it to one fairway. The ruffled grass here in the foreground is really nice. Looks like the clubhouse or some fancy building in the distance. I think there's lots of beautiful scenes here, but I'm not sure if this framing, I'm not sure if I'm seeing what you saw on the day, which is one of the biggest challenges for maybe landscape above everything else, that it can be so moving to be in a place, but it can be hard sometimes to translate that back in a single image. How about this one, Steph? David Fleetwood.
Oh. I think this is a great portrait. I love this expression. Um, I don't know what's going on in the background, but I do like the colors. Like the green outfit is there's still like that separation because of the background, even though like it's kind of green up top, green on bottom. I don't know. I really like this one. There is the cropping of the hand, so I feel like
Hmm.
maybe crop in more on that side or include the hand. I
So
think.
I'll just give little tidbits where I remember what they said. I believe David said he met this lady at a
Oh, lady,
market
my bad.
somewhere in Canada. I think it was. My bad if I got it wrong. And that they had grown up in South Africa and marched with Mandela in the 70s or 80s. So someone with a lot of history. But
Wow.
yeah, that's just a nice bit of context. But I agree, that's a nice, warm portrait. And I think bringing in that
Mm,
side, like Steph suggested, works well. If it weren't for them holding this little purse, I would bring it in even further, but it'd get awkward to crop it
mm.
in from the bottom and then have part of the hand showing. But nice one. I'm going to give it a pick too. I love a candid portrait. Is this me or you, Steph?
You.
DSC. Okay. Less of a candid portrait, I'm thinking. More of a
Hmm.
stage portrait. Now let me bring up our shooting info. So F1.2. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of interesting because there's so much foliage, there's so many layers here. It to me it almost doesn't look super soft except for this part to the right of her, because on the left we've got in sharp
Hmm.
focus, medium sharp focus, and then the blur. It's kind of only once you zoom in you really see the 3D pop, or it could be that I'm not on a big enough screen to really appreciate it. This is a good technique, putting the sun at the person's back when it's a contrasty time of day. You can get just the reflected light lighting your person. Again, it does mean that you either then need to blow out the background, have your subject be a little dark, or do some editing afterwards. So in this case, I think you could stand to, even though it's quite bright already, to brighten it a little more. So that instead of doing it the way I did on Chris's by selecting the person and then bringing it back, we could just bring up the whole exposure, so let's say half a stop, and then on our HSL, we could get the luminance slider, pick green, and bring the greens back down a bit because it's mainly greens in the background, right? So that gives you
Hmm.
more of a pop as well. I think it's a nice one. Again, I think it might work better down lower, so you're shooting up through the foreground foliage, and that's going to make it more blurred out. And then maybe just choosing it back. You've already kind of done it, putting her headdress on kind of a darker tree in the distance. But I would, with this kind of an outfit, try to get as many different variations on the day so you can, and come in even closer so you can, maybe just get from the bottom of the decal here on her waist up, or just I can't her hips up, so you've got different crops on it. I was trying to say, like, there's a belly button ring, but then what do you call this bit where the queens are sitting? Is that a waist or a hips? I'm kind of built like a potato. I don't have all of these curves. So yes, unfortunately I can't give you credit because there's no name on this one, but nice shot.
Oh. Hmm.
Steph, Gary Carter.
Okay. I feel like
Yeah.
the focus, it's like it's the tree and it's framing like the sun. And it's a very foggy day. Um,
Hazy.
hmm, yeah. I feel like it needs to be cropped up from the bottom just a little bit, but I'm not really sure anything because I mean it's trees, it's nature. You can't really control like, hey, tree, can you like lean to the right? Because you can see on
Hey.
the far side, it's there's some of the trees from the right side. If it was just a focus on the one tree, then I mean it's really hard.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's
I feel
another
like
one. I think.
yeah.
Sorry, you go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like it's a little bit like the golf course shot, that you need a really clear subject in a sense. Like there's lots of beautiful trees here. I'm assuming it's the one front and there. But it's taken at f18. That suggests to me that Gary wanted the whole scene to be in sharp focus. So yeah, I'm not really sure what is our subject here. I feel like it's that tree and the sunset, so maybe coming in, this probably is too much, but I wonder if, a really tight framing, it doesn't really work either, but yeah, if you're in the room, Gary, I'd love to hear where this was taken, what's the story behind it. Next up, we have Hummingbird at Red Flower, Beaver Creek. Very descriptive, no name. I did read this email though, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. I remember you're not a bird photographer, you were there for landscape, and this was a lucky grab shot, so congratulations. I do wonder, what was this taken on?
Also, that's very impressive as somebody who tried to do the whole bird photography thing in one of the teaching Steph photography course.
Yes, educating Steph in Iceland. It's a challenge. Okay, so it's a Fuji X-H2. Just because for a ISO 1250 file, this is not holding up terribly well. Maybe it's a really heavy crop into that ISO file. Yeah, because it does look like a low-res shot. Well, I guess it is. It's my guess is it's 100% crop. I can see it in the metadata here. It's Steve Solomon from Total Quality Photo. I think the focus is on the best would have a clear background of like maybe all green or something, the rock or whatever that is. It gives nice separation, but it's not as pretty. I would probably go in and on the background denoise and soften that out a bit. On the bird, denoise and sharpen him up a bit. Yeah, but for not a bird photographer, pretty nice bird shot.
Yeah.
Now, this one is for you, Steph, from Ian Burton.
Oh, what a great portrait. This just warms my heart. I really like it. I think maybe crop it from the top a little bit. Man, all I'm doing is just telling people to crop.
It from the top. It's the Snoop Dogg thing, right?
Oh my god!
Too wide, you gotta crop it from the top. I actually was there for this shot.
You should just make that as a Patreon merch thing.
There you go. That'll be our 6-month, if you're an annual member, drop. So we were, I can't remember exactly where, I think we were out of Bumthang in Bhutan. Ian was one of my guests. We were driving up in our vehicle up this steep road, even the car was kind of struggling. And this old guy, I don't know, I think he said he was in his 80s or something, was on a 30-kilometer, a 20-mile walk or something, carrying a heavy backpack. We ended up asking him to come on the bus, and then we drove him as far up as we could. But, I held his backpack. It was legit heavy. And this is not the kind of shot that people normally, for men and older people, you're normally not doing this. But just for fun, let's go in and have a look at what Rublin will do, because I don't even really know on someone that has this much skin, let's say, experience going on. So on natural, let's go in on the face a bit closer. Natural, okay, so that's the after and the before. So again, it's not taking out freckles or sunspots, but it has as well softened wrinkles as well as taking out some smaller dots. And what if we just go full fashion on him? Okay, so if you have an uncle who wants to look 15 years younger, all of the characteristics and the long eyebrow hairs and everything are still here, but it really does soften out some of those deeper wrinkles. So not just for young female models and you wanting that airbrushed look, it works pretty well on everything. So that's kind of cool. So let's get back to Ian's actual one. There we go. Yeah, so thanks for entering it, Ian. I think everyone on our bus got a shot of this guy. It was a little challenging. Well, not that challenging, but might have been challenging finding a vantage point to shoot from. And I think you captured well the expression on his face and the eyes and everything. You can tell he's kind of a warm, lovely guy. So really nice. It'd probably be unfair of me to give you a pick and a prize as you were one of my guests when you took this, but nice shot. And RV saying 20-kilometer hike, I'm winded just going out to get my mail. Honestly, I think I'm underestimating that. I didn't want to say some ridiculous number and then be lying. I'm pretty sure he was out walking much further than that. And yeah, like 20 miles, not 20 kilometers minimum. Anyway, Steph, let me just zoom right in on this guy for you.
No, this is your photo. I already took a glance at it and
gorgeous. Wow, the focus is right where you want it. No metadata, and so it can't be a winner, unfortunately, because we don't know when it was taken.
okay.
I would also say, thank you for sending a high res shot. I would love to see a much higher res shot, so I could really appreciate all the details in there. But you can see the compound eye is right in sharp focus, so that's really nice. The only thing I'd say, it could still have even more focus, because by halfway down, what's that first part of the body before you get to their big wiggly butt? Just behind its front arms.
Thorax?
Mandible, there you go, thorax. Steph coming in with the learning. It's already kind of out of focus, so I think you could do with a little bit more, but cool shot, image 0, whoever you are. I'll give it a pick.
Thank you for not labeling the file appropriately, so I don't actually have to, judge it appropriately either. I just went past it.
Well, you can thankfully judge the next one, Steph. Oh no, that's also not named. Oh no!
Oh no! This looks so cute. It doesn't even look real. Oh my gosh, it's a baby fox. Oh, this is like Matt's favorite animal.
Foot up on a little rock.
This is the fancy one. It's like,
well, hello.
Oh.
So cute.
All right, that's
what
all the only reaction critiquing that you're gonna get from me. This is super cute.
Yeah. So hot
my
tip,
only
if you're
complaint
looking
is
to win a competition, put
shot.
a puppy in, and you have a really good chance with Steph. Whilst for the cute factor, or for the detail cute factor, tighter would be better. I actually think this is really well placed in the frame. Seeing it on the path, seeing it relative to the height of the grass, you really get a sense of how tiny it is. I just think it's so natural. I think you could make this pop a little bit, put a little bit of contrast in the shot. I don't know because I don't have any of the metadata, but it also looks like maybe it's a little grainy. I think you could, with a 30-second edit, you could really make this pop and shine. So did I give the last one a pick? Yes, picked, and this one picked. Unfortunately, neither can win, but...
Yeah.
So that was Steph. This is me, Jay Folstad, Norway. Thank you for labeling your file.
Yes.
Super Christmassy. What's on the poster back there? Lenold or something? I don't know where we are. Ovenvold. Nicely framed. The whole story kind of works well together. The building, her. I think, personal taste, I would bring the exposure of the light on your model down a little, so she's, just like a third or a half a stop, so that the relative between her and the background isn't quite as outstanding. And then maybe warming up the light on her slightly too, so she's not quite so cool on her skin tone relative to the background, but nice. That's 3 picks in a row. Steph, Jerry Dalton.
Oh, a black and white landscape.
Oh,
Okay. Oh man, this is hard too because I feel like I want to see the rest of the branches, but I would assume there's more branches where they're like reaching out into. So it's like, how do you figure out the crop for something like this? Um, I do like the branches are darker than the rest of the background, like the mountain areas. Trying to think. Yeah, because even if you were to do it at like a lower vantage point, it would just be clear skies. It would just be a black and white. I think having the textures behind with the mountains actually helps make the shot.
yeah. When I had a quick look at this, I was thinking like, what would I want to do on the edit? Now I have no idea if will it pick out the tree as the subject? Let's see. Kind of, but it's going to be a big mess. I was going to say I would probably try to darken them right down. So you could probably just, see, it's grabbing the background and looks all shit. You'd have to do it manually or do it as a luminance thing. But I reckon actually going with it, that they're the darkest point, and darkening them further and adding, maybe some, I don't know, make them really sharp and pop by being the darkest part in the shot. Then you have the rolling hills behind. I feel like it has a lot of potential. It looks like poppies in the foreground or something. Just honestly, I feel like right now it's not there, but I feel like there is something there that you can get out of this.
I agree. It's like live, dead, live. I guess I don't know. They kind of look like dead branches, but this is. It could be wrong.
Well, yeah, I mean, they could be, or it could.
Yeah.
There may be, if it was taken as a color file, depending on the rest of the scene, maybe you can darken that down by using a color channel mixer as well. If it had a certain color bark or something. That one at 1280 by 800, and the next one at 1100 by 733. Again, I do ask for high-res files, but it's kind of only hurting yourself because we can't appreciate the detail on a file this small. It looks like it was taken on, an old Kodak from the 90s or something, unfortunately, but I'm sure the original file had crazy detail. So nice peak moment, Joe. I feel like the colors on my screen at least look quite overcooked. If you're going to work on the saturation, well, for me, the blue and green are overdone anyway, but I think you've just increased overall saturation because his feet look super orange. So I would suggest pulling all of that back a bit and maybe just going with the greens, not the blues and the oranges. But cool peak moment, and the look on his face is kind of calm. It looks kind of like he's wearing yellow headphones. It's like he's taking a conference call or something whilst he's in the surf. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that was my shot or yours, but Steph will give you the puppy.
Okay. Sorry. At first glance, I did not expect this at all.
Yeah, I still am not exactly sure what I'm looking at. What's your breakdown?
I'm sorry. Well, okay. I don't think. Where is the focus on this? And I think this isn't a real puppy. It looks like it's a carving of a puppy in a banana. It looks like it.
Yeah, okay. That makes
okay.
a bit more sense because I was thinking, is this a composite? It's so confusing.
It is.
So it makes more sense than $2 million for a banana gaff taped to a wall.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. I feel like.
So it's all whittled, carved wood that's then been painted and then been put in a bowl with bananas.
Real bananas. Okay. It's interesting. Yes. I feel like because it's so upright and like it's not completely centered. I feel like if it was kind of resting with the bananas, it would kind of be like a double take of like, wait, is that a dog and a banana? Whereas like this is like in your face, and you're like, wait,
Whereas now it's like, wait, is that a dog in a banana?
well, it's just I don't know because it's not centered. My OCD is like, okay, it's either you're gonna be centered or you're gonna be off by a lot, and it's not off enough.
Well, I
I don't
think
know.
this is
It's
now its
very
own
interesting though.
category. There's no rule book for banana dog photos, so you
It's
can. We've
true.
now decided that slightly off center composition is the go to for banana dog photos. Now, as one of the few images I've seen where it really took me some time to figure out what the heck I'm looking at, and the fact that it is well lit, and that I'm sure a lot of time went
Yeah.
into this, I'm giving it a pick.
Pick. Yes.
So now it's back to me, and JP, god damn it, I wish you'd send in a high res file because this looks gorgeous, but it's 600 by 480 and I can't
Oh,
tell.
tiny.
Staged or not, it looks beautiful. Yeah, not much I can say. I'll still give it a pick, although this also, apart from being so small, it has your name, well, it has JP, but it also doesn't have metadata in it. So whilst you've named it 71025, we asked to leave the metadata in so we can see when it was taken. So looks to be a gorgeous shot. Hope you enjoyed Ethiopia, one of my favorite places to travel. Yeah, gorgeous. Please, next time, high res. Steph, Karsten,
Yes. I
crazy.
feel like this is this wood like chiseled?
No, it's rocks and black beach or black shore of some kind. So the watermark says Lanzarote, which I've seen is like a volcanic island
This
in
doesn't look
Europe that's
real.
popular with British tourists, I know. Yeah, it's kind of surreal. Personally, I think the watermark is quite distracting because there's
Yes.
so much, like the water is this beautiful serene arc, then you've got this fence that we don't know what it's doing there, and then this wall of rock iceberg ascending from the black sand. That the watermark, to me, whilst I respect you watermarking your shots, AI will remove that in a second. Yeah, it's too bright and too bold and kind of takes attention away, but I think the shot
Hmm.
itself is a really interesting composition. So, still going to give it a pick. I keep stealing your picture thing, Steph. This is yours and I'll shut the hell up. Matey.
Okay. Wow, you guys, 2025 is like the year of very trippy images, I see. Um, it looks like it's a cathedral, I think. Oh, what lens is this?
Oh, no metadata again. I'm going to say 12 or
Man.
14 mil.
Okay. I think the colors are great. There's no real focus though, but I mean,
I think just the being symmetrical is the goal here and getting in
yeah,
all of
I
that crazy detail.
think it's slightly off, but I can't tell. The longer I look, the more confused I get.
Well, it's because churches aren't symmetrical, you know. The
Symmetrical,
one
yeah.
side, yeah, one side has the big circular window and the other side doesn't, so the bottom isn't going to match. If you wanted it to be symmetrical, you'd have to just take that central crop of the. Oh, I just fucked it up again. Of the whatever you call that, the ceiling part.
Man, I thought this was like a 9 millimeter, but okay.
Could be.
All right.
Could be.
Well, I think it's great. I say pick just because it is very eye-catching.
There you go. Marvin, Marvin with the lovely lady at the rocks, at the beach, at the something. Nice to leave some space for a banner or something like that, but on this one I would probably close in the headroom. I don't know that it's adding much. And like the other one, the overall shot is quite bright, but her skin is not that bright. Looks like maybe you added a little fill flash to it though. I reckon, and this is the first time I'm doing this today, so I think I'm allowed to, I think it would look killer as a black and white. Then let's add some texture, bring our shadows down. What do you guys think? And then I probably would, just because I'm annoying, crop it from the top, crop it from the top. Probably like that, yeah, keep her on that side. What do you guys think of that quick little edit and crop? And someone's saying missing the toe. Maybe it's you guys aren't seeing my whole frame because her toe is not cut off here at all. But her finger, maybe it's just the nails, but her fingers look so long.
It's the finger, it's the nails. Yeah. That was like the first thing I saw too. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, but really nice shot. Yeah, not too much to say other than the crop, and I reckon it works great as a black and white. Oh my goodness, Milan Medek has entered a non-black and white, non-turn of the century grainy shot, but still signature surrealist shapes and lines. And Steph, that's yours.
Yeah, there's something about it that I like. I can't put my finger on it. I think it's because it's almost nostalgic. Like as a kid going to the beach and seeing tables like this and all the chairs, I think the colors are nice. I weirdly like this. I don't know why.
That is a perfect summary of pretty much every entry I've seen from Milan. I don't know why, but kick. Thank you. Oak Creek Cathedral looks to be a beautiful shot, and it's a 320 by 200 file. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to review that one. It has no metadata, and it's 300 pixels, but it looks like you captured something great there.
Yeah, it looks like it would be a great shot.
Oishi Park in Kawaguchiko with the Mount Fuji background. This says it was taken. Okay, Steph, calm down. This says it was taken just a couple of weeks ago, so it would have been chilly. It is a nice shot. I don't know that I've seen quite this framing. It looks like it's taken with a long lens. And I haven't forgotten your pick, Steph. Calm down. Pick. So what is it? 70 mil. Looks longer. For me, what makes this shot, apart from there's so many things cool, is the little guy on the bottom right corner. But I would like to give him a tiny bit more space. And I think you have done a bit of editing to help darken him down to pop out. I just feel like the whole thing could move 3% to the right, so he's got a little bit of space so that he's easier to notice. But cool shot. Don't know your name. Hope you enjoy Japan.
That's funny. I was thinking the same exact thing. It's the guy that made the shot for me. How much did you pay him?
Well, unlike those, every photographer gets the same shots of the fishermen in, say, China. Those guys, I think, are just out there. So that's, nice. I don't know whose shot we're up to, Steph. You want to speak to Patrick's? I think
it's mine. Oh, that's a great portrait. I think it might be a little out of focus. I can't tell. Maybe it's just my computer. But her eyes are very, very vibrant. And the only thing that distracts me, I don't know what it is with me and fingers today, but is this the one finger?
Whose hand is that?
Yeah, whose hand is that? That's it. But besides that, I think it's a great shot. Maybe even just crop in so we could like lose the finger.
Yeah, it's so silvery and yeah, nice. Really nice pick. We're gonna have a lot of picks to go through here.
Yep.
Phil Halperin. Great looking shot, but also a 640 file. Come on, guys, what's going on?
You guys
Do I
are
need
killing
to make a
me.
new video on how to export files? That's fair. People don't know how to do everything straight from the beginning. I have done videos probably 10 years about that. Maybe I'll do another one. But yeah, I appreciate people want to use small files for email, but this is not really enough to give any kind of meaningful feedback on, because I can't even see is what's going on with the hair or ropes or whatever that is. But cool. And if you wanted to have this not look like a live performance, you could crop out the bench and have it be, there's a clean frame, I'm pretty sure, on your subject, and the hair with just that background that would work on this shot. That could make this something very interesting that then comes to look like it's a studio shot and doesn't look awkwardly cropped, where that would be your final file. So yeah, there's definitely some options here if your original file is a decent size. Okay, Steph, take it away.
Okay. Oh, what? That doesn't look real either. Hold on, let me zoom in.
But still,
Okay.
Corey, classy watermark, amazing image, perfectly named file. It's still a 2000 pixel image. Are you guys on dial-up? What's with sending sub 1 megapixel files?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why is it not crisp? Like, it's not clear as I thought it would be.
Yeah, because to zoom in to see it properly, you have to go to like 400 or 600. Did you know that like mountain lions and pumas and cougars and 3 or 4 different cat names, they're all the same cat? It's just different countries call them different shit. Different states in America call them different names. A mountain lion and a cougar and a puma.
But that's expected of America, though.
We're calling it a puma. But fucking fantastic shot. Pick, but yeah, no, I mean, the fact that it's low res still can be in the running. You did everything else right. It's just a bummer, because I would love to appreciate it in more detail.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is I think this could, if it is a super high res shot, whilst I think, and this is super picky, but I think the framing slightly to the right, if it looks like that mountain range is curving around and gonna end just out of frame, and then looks like the, what do you call that, like a glacier coming in on the right is pointing our eyes back at the cat. I feel like that frame slightly cropped off at the left and added to the right could create this perfect cradle type background for it, and it would also give you space to put your watermark more clearly on the black of the mountain if you wanted to. So I'm guessing you were excited and took 300 or 400 shots of this before the cat decided to move from its perfect pose.
Or attacked you.
What was the focal length here? Please tell me it's like a 24 mil. Amazing. It was 165 mil. And then I'm guessing cropped. So that's still, yeah, okay. Nice.
24, that's like right there. Oh my gosh.
Well, because my friend is going, one of my buddies is going to see the Great Migration in Tanzania soon, and I loaned him my 400 mil and a Nikon camera body so he could enjoy it properly. And one of our other friends, as a Christmas gift for the trip for wildlife, gave him an Instax camera and said, it's got a flash, but it only works for 4 feet. So you got to get up nice and close. So, friends.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Next up, great shot, Corey. Now, Raphael, this was a shot that he was at some event and saw this just like reflected off a wall or a table or something through glass onto the floor, and it looks like a person screaming like Mrs. Doubtfire running away from what could be interpreted as kind of Pac-Man ghosts or something. So, funny moment. I don't know it, and 11.7 mil. So I'm assuming iPhone shot. I don't. It kind of surprises me that especially because from memory this was taken at a photo club event, that this would be the shot that you enter for the best shot of the year, rather than funny moments or abstracts come to life or something like that. So it made me chuckle, but I'm sorry, I don't think I can give it a prize amongst these spectacular shots that people have made over the year. So I hope the Stickman got away.
I'm trying to understand what it was like on the window before
It's
it
a
was.
graphic of a man running away from from ghosts, probably.
It's probably exactly this. Oh no!
And then just didn't look to the left and see the original. Yeah, that's hilarious. If you're in the room, Raphael, please tell us more of the story. This shot from, well, I see the name in the copyright and in the watermark, Eric Hook, taken in 2024. So again, not in the running. Guys, come on,
My
please.
goodness! It's a great shot, though. The colors
great
are beautiful.
shot.
The reflection is great.
If
I think
this
the
were a
sky is a little
landscape and not tied by
much.
date, yeah, it would be. But I mean, you have skies like this, but the sky's kind of blown out. But yeah, great shot. But please, 2025. Richard Terp, I'm sorry I pixelated your friend's Batuti. I just, after losing all my social media accounts this year for still no reason, given I'm not taking any chances, and YouTube says full backsides are not allowed, so I either didn't show your shot or I do this stupid thing to it. So I apologize, but here we are. My channel matters more to me than that. You want to go first, Steph?
I feel like the pose is strong. I think it just needs to be angled a particular way just to kind of capture the light better onto her body. Or maybe you move yourself. It's either, well, it's always the case. Either move the light, move the model, or move the photographer. It's really that.
Steph's been in the room as I've said that 100 times on courses.
Yeah. I feel like there's a shot there. It's just that obviously the focus is for this shot is just all on the tush. I want to see more of her face.
Yeah, I feel like keep going with your studio work. You're going to create some great stuff, but this isn't quite there yet. I think it doesn't need to be at f11, doesn't need to be at ISO 400. I don't know that 56 mil is the best thing. There's nothing below the knees of interest in this shot, so stepping back and going to 70 is going to make everything better. Her turning side on would work a little bit better, be more flattering for her figure. And for me, the most interesting part of the shot is actually the small pool of light on her forehead and chin and that armhole. But then the red, to me, doesn't work so well with the just not RGB, but like maybe 6,500, 7,000 Kelvin light on the other side. It kind of makes, it doesn't look colorful, it doesn't look naturally lit, it just looks kind of a bit too cool for me. So the foundations are there, but it just needs a bit of refinement on each angle, and we all do. That's how you go from your first shot to the best shot. God damn, Scarborough. I hope she warmed up before this performance. Thoughts, Steph? Would this be an
Captain
effective four-way kick punch against four attackers? Papa!
I mean, I can't do that. Definitely not. That's impressive. I think that this is a great. I feel like the shot is actually cropped in more because
Should be.
the
I agree. Yeah.
yeah the kids on like the far left and right, they're a little distracting. One is like
Don't
a
need
bit
to be
away, the
there.
other one is cut off a little bit.
Exactly what I
Think
was
just
thinking. Then you can position your subject a little bit off center.
hmm
So you don't have control over all of that stuff on the day. You can't tell
yeah.
people where to move. You're probably in a
Yep.
seat, not in a press area. You have to go with what you've got. Having the person behind makes us know that it's a stage play. And the crop that I'm suggesting there kind of gets rid of all of those distractions. Although now that I look at it, the left has still got a bit too much no need room. So you could go kind of central. Yeah.
Focus,
But
expression, and timing is spot on though.
boom, and you named it, and it's a large file, and it was taken this year. Damn it, you get a pick. This may be the first live show shot of the competition that ticked all the boxes. Sean Vine,
Oh,
I don't know if this is New York, but I still miss New York. Looking at this shot, I miss New York.
I think it's New York.
Is
Is it
that
New York?
Javits? It
I
really
don't
feels
know.
like around Javits. That building on the right looks like Javits. I feel like it may be taken from a rooftop window around that side of Manhattan. I think it will, whilst it's
Mm.
almost monochromatic, I think it can go to a full black and white, and then maybe bring in some mid-tone contrast for the buildings will make them pop a bit more. And maybe bringing in the right, I feel like it's all about things extending into the sky, but having this one catching on the right-hand side kind of closes it off a little bit. But yeah, pretty cool.
Hmm.
Third rate reviewer says that's Javits, home of Comic Con. That sounds like someone I know. I wonder
Oh,
if third rate reviewer is someone I know. Although they're not talking as much shit as I would expect if it is who I think it could be.
what?
So thank you, Sean.
Oh, it is. It's
It's
me.
someone we were talking about before we went live
Oh,
who goes to
that's what
Comic
I was
Con.
thinking too, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Huh.
Where's your entry then? Third rate?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We've totally lost track of whose turn it is. Let's reset. Steph,
Uh,
Sunset in the
okay.
Pacific at Monterey, yours. High res file, taken this year, no name.
Okay. Not even in the. Let's see. Nope. Yeah. Nope. No. No name. Okay. I think that this is. I think the timing is perfect. I don't know about the framing. That's what's kind of throwing me off. I feel like I want to crop in, but I also don't know where I would want to crop in. I like the birds that are just kind of flying above the sun. Oddly, the one bird all the way up in the sky above those guys kind of distracts me. It's
It's a
like,
bird of
get
prey
with the
that's about to
program,
take
guy.
one of them out. They look like they're
Oh,
pelicans, the ones in a line. So it's like one degree or half a degree off level. So two cropping options. You could bring it in. Let me just keep your aspect ratio. You could bring it in so then the sun is on a third, something like that. You could bring it right in so then the horizon is on a third, and then that gives you the birds filling up the frame. That's kind of powerful. I think that could be the frame that I would go with. What do you guys think? Frame one, frame two, or the original? Which, like that. But yeah, nice shot. And sorry, this is why we keep losing track of whose turn it is, because I just keep talking when it's not my turn. Wolfgang Harnisch. I don't know. This feels like walking behind people in the Guggenheim or something with those interleaving. It's like being inside a conch shell or something. Yeah, it's got some real motion to it. I don't know where it is or who they are, but it feels like we're on an adventure. I like it.
Is this really a photo? It feels almost like
Is
artwork.
this real life? Damn it, Steph, how many times do we have to have this conversation? Photography is real artwork.
Oh,
Putting my coffee cup down aggressively. Yeah, I do. And then, balls, another with no name, XH2S. I think both our bird photos were Fuji X2Hs. Does it have a name in the metadata? Oh, Dr. Wienert. Okay, so we have a name, we have a date, and do we have a decent file size? Pretty good.
I think
Attention
so,
to
yeah.
detail. Doctor, well done.
Wow.
Okay.
I would hope so.
This is a little burb on a big burb's head somewhere. The
This
big
is so
burb is in
interesting.
perfect focus at f6.3, 600 mil. I know it's tough when you're already at ISO 3200, but to have the second bird in sharp focus would be the dream here. So, but that would mean being at probably at like f9 and then ISO 6400. But it's a cool shot. Again, I feel like this is like so much talent to capture the shot. But then kind of much has been done on the edit side of things. Or maybe it's already been cropped, but I feel like a bit of a tweak and you can really make this pop without looking overdone. So
And these
nice
are two
shots.
different birds, right? It's
What do
interesting
you
that
mean?
there's
Or is there a bird that looks like it has another bird on its head? You mean two
No, I'm
different
just-
species or two different
Yeah.
animals?
two different types of of birds.
I've never seen a bird
Because
before.
Because it's interesting to see like one type of bird on another type of
Can
bird.
you imagine if it was another gigantic eagle taking the bugs out of its
Well, if
head?
it was like a baby
Break
eagle
its
or
neck.
something, then it would make sense. But I'm just saying, it doesn't look like a baby eagle.
It's weird how like pilot fish are attached to sharks and barnacle are attached to whales instead of other whales being attached to whales, you know?
I don't look at birds very often. I am sorry. The one time I tried bird photography, I failed. I took photos of the sky, and not very good ones. Okay?
I'm going to give this a pick and let us all move on from this.
Okay.
Okay, Steph, another one that has no name, but you can give it a little cursory. What's the time?
Oh, that's not time right now. Wait.
Okay, we
is
all
this
need
like
to
a
pause for a
backdrop?
quick. We all need to pause for a second. Adventure Arc just commented, clearly this bird has made a hat out of another bird like Jeffrey Dahmer. It's going to the races, so it's got its fascinator on. Love it. Okay, back to it. Okay.
Okay, so
Little
this
steampunky
is-
vibe.
yeah, she's on a backdrop. I mean, I'm not a big fan of any shots where you're kind of squatting like this, but I mean, because she has a clock, I feel like it's okay.
She has a what?
The clock in front of her.
Oh, got it. I was gonna say sexist.
We're trying to. I think her expression's great. It seems like everything's in whatever needs to be focused is in focus. I don't know how I feel about the edit because it makes her very cool. Maybe
I
that's the
think they're
intention,
going for
though.
the ye olde worldy thing. But you're right, that is a giant clock. It's got a couple of big bells and it's perfectly in focus. And what makes squatting shots look a bit lacking taste, the position of the clock in this case does kind of give a little bit of modesty.
Yes.
The only thing, the gloves are looking cool. The nails are, again, gigantic. The hair is all nicely smoothed down, which can be really hard to control. probably the only thing would be that we kind of lose the goggles a bit in this, I feel, and they're the most steampunky thing in the shot to me. Just checking the comments for some more clock jokes, because I'm sure there's better ones here that I didn't have the balls to make. So sadly, no metadata there to know who it was, but I know that the model was Kira Lee and it was taken at Trilogy Studio, so big up to everyone involved. And nobody ignore Steph's clock comment. If you follow her on any other platforms, please start commenting on people's clocks when they're doing high kicks. So let's now
Where do you even
by
find that? Sorry. Okay.
So we have some good ones here. So we'll just go through them, and this is the ones that we picked out as finalists. I'm going to, please leave your thoughts in the room, but I'm going to now stop reading the room so I can choose my own. And we'll go through them quickly to just take out the ones that sadly didn't include the info we need, so they can't actually win. So this one, sadly, Alan, great shot, but it was taken last year. Give my best to Snoop. Bram has everything we need, I believe. Oh no, Bram didn't include metadata either.
What?
Unfortunately, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. No metadata in the file. So I know him and I trust him, but it's unfair to have two different standards if I'm excluding other people because it's meant to be 2025. Sorry, Bram. David's. June 2028, great. The bee, no metadata. The fox, no metadata. Jay Folstead, we have it. Puppy, tripping me out. John, you did everything right. JP, look, it does have, no metadata, even though it's also tiny. So sadly, the Surrey girl is out. Karsten, oh, Karsten, you always do it right, but yours also has no metadata. Ah, goodness me. Matey, no metadata. Milan, killing it. Oishi Park, there's no name, but I saw in the chat that they're here and they gave their name. Patrick Holt, you're all good. Puma, bit small, but great shot and all good. Scarberry, let me put that back to its original crop because that's how we have to judge it, not based on what I've done to it. The Doctor, all good, even though it's not renamed. We got his name from the metadata, so huzzah. So now let's jump out, and now this is our finalists, just 9. And now's a good time to announce prizes. So I will give a copy of my new creator course, which I meant to mention at the start of this, and now we're at the end. Whoopsie. If you haven't heard me mention it, I've got a new course that's going live this coming weekend. It's on my art nude portraiture course. It's all about working with content creators who mostly are people who have their own sites, like on Patreon or Only F. I don't know if even saying the word gets you shadow banned, but those kind of platforms where you're helping them create content that they can share on different social media platforms, as well as that they can use and sell to their own audiences, so working within their aesthetic and limits and style, but adding your own creative flair to it. So it's a bunch of real photo shoots that are more heated than my typical courses. I'm being really careful with what I say here, so you can check out my link tree below to see the full thing. But it also talks you through how to choose the right platform, pricing strategy, figuring out if it's the right kind of work for you to get into, consent and verification, and all the different things you need to be thinking about to do this kind of work professionally and properly, and to start getting paid. So someone's going to win that. And I'll be giving away a license for Reblum. So I guess that means we can choose one winner each, Steph, and then we'll assign, let's see, who we choose will decide then which gets which prize.
Okay.
From these, forgetting about backstory, just judging it on the image, there's 3 that would be my finalists, and there's 1 that I think for sure is going to be my winner. So maybe I'll let you go first, and let's see if we've chosen the same. It's a bit. I don't know how you organize your photos, Steph. Do you know all the ones we're looking at now?
Uh-huh. As you were
Okay,
going through
cool.
it, I was, yeah. Um,
Sweet.
okay. All right, I'm just
Boom,
gonna go with my
boom,
gut.
boom, 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 boom,
And
boom,
I
boom,
don't know, it might
boom,
be a
boom,
surprise to
boom.
people, but uh, there's just
We're
something
out of time,
about it.
Steph. We need your
Okay,
answer. We've got
banana.
sponsors waiting.
Banana dog.
Banana. Okie dokie. Rough,
Yep.
rough. Now, there must be some joke here that I'm missing, like a play on words or something punny that I could go with, but it's a dog
I
and a
don't know. I
banana.
just think
A
it's
banana and
just
a dog. No, a
shot
dog and a
well,
banana.
and it's just, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry. Thank you, Steph. Left field. I love it, just like the image, left field.
Yeah.
And then I'm going with the Puma at Torre de Pen by Corey Raphael. Come on. It's a little kitty cat, but
Oh,
in a
you
giant mountain
kitty.
range. So clap, 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 clap,
Woo.
clap. 5
Clap,
stars
clap, clap,
so
clap,
I can
clap.
remember our winners.
Yay.
Now, I don't really know, neither of them are related to adult content, and neither of them are really rebloomy, portraity type retouching pictures. So maybe I'll write to both of the winners and they can choose. And whoever answers me first, because I think I have 1 rebloom license to give away. Unless someone's in the room now, if Corey or John in the room and they want to nominate if they'd like the course or rebloom, then you can get in the next 60 seconds. Otherwise, I'll be emailing you guys. So now let's jump back to full screen faces. Boom.
Boom.
How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Both our Patreons are below. My course details are below. I'm currently working out trips for 2026, finalizing some things. I'm likely to be doing Iceland for the horse migration in May, and then Peru mid-year, and then September around the end, I think, to Bhutan. So I'll be bringing details on all of them soon. If you have any questions about them, though, feel free to reach out to me directly to see if it might fit in with your schedule and your travel plans. Adventure Eric, as well as coming in with the Dharma one line, is reminding smash, like, subscribe, influencer type stuff. Yeah, do things with the buttons. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Steph. Nice to get you on. She's been so busy. It's been hard, not hard, but it's always a scheduling thing to make sure that we can both be free at the same time. So thank you for making time.
Yes, of course. Thanks for always having me. And yeah, it's always nice to do this and see everybody. Or
It's
see them type.
yes, it's been a cheeky little 84-minute show already. So I don't think we missed any questions, but this will be your last chance. If you have a question, 30 seconds. Otherwise, it's farewell, and keep an eye on mattgranger.com/live for future topics and competitions. I think that might be it. Let's just jump out there. Thank you. Jerry is in the room. Well done. Thank you, Steph. Thank you to you guys. It's been a hell of a year, and I don't know if I mentioned, but I have 2 new videographers working with me. They're going great. Check out the last 3 or 4 videos we've released. I think you can really notice a difference in the style and quality, and you're going to see more and better in 2026. So, Happy New Year to you all. And as Third Rate Reviewer says, live long and prosper. I believe he came up with that line, actually. That's a
Oh
brand
my
new one.
gosh.
All right, nanu nanu, and see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
I'm trying to find the button. Keep waving. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.